Is dance a sport? I personally do think that dance is a sport because it requires lots of athletic ability and you need to be extremely coordinated. Also, all dancers are working towards the common goal of either making it to state or nationals. I think that dance is harder than just a regular sport. This is because no matter how tiring your routine may be, you need to keep a smile or any facial expression for that matter on your face the entire time. Dance is also very challenging because you need to look nice while you dance. You're not only judged on your routine, you're judged on how you look. Makeup and costume pieces can make your routine harder and more distracting. Props are also a thing that dancers find very annoying. This is because if you drop the prop or the prop messes you up, the judges can dock points off of your final score and you can be ranked lower. Dance requires lots of flexibility and strength. Most dancers I know take strengthening and conditioning classes once or twice a week, and if their studio doesn't offer that opportunity, then they either work out on their own time or do other sports. I personally do other sports. I also know some dancers who take gymnastics on the side to improve on their skills for a specific style of dance called acro. The dance season is a lot different than the seasons of other sports. Dancers dance year-round. At my studio, we have tryouts in about July, and we dance all the way up until our final recital in June. For my high school team, we have tryouts in the spring, and we dance all the way up until state, which is in February. High school dance and studio dance are very different from each other. Studio dancers have competitions about 3 to 4 times a year, but high school dancers have one every single Saturday during the winter season. The styles are also very different. Studio dancers are exposed to many more different styles than high school dancers are. Studio dancers are exposed to tap, ballet, jazz, and many more, while high school dancers are only exposed to 2 or 3. It is more commonly heard of that high school dancers only perform 2 styles of dance, which are kick and jazz, and then a very select few get to perform pom. I am not one of those teams. Most people think that dance isn't a sport because you're only performing up on stage for about 2 to 3 minutes, while let's say in a soccer game, you may be running up and down the field a lot longer than that. But that isn't the case for all sports, like in track. You may be only running for 20 seconds at a time, and people still consider that a sport. I also think that dance is a sport because professional athletes such as football players and hockey players use dance to get better at their own sport. It helps with like balancing and stuff. Most people think, dancers need to wear their hair up nice in a bun and they need to wear makeup. Most people think that makes dance less of a sport because you need to look nice, but in my opinion, that just makes dance that much harder. Dance is very different from most sports, but I still consider it a sport. However, here's one of the similarities between dance and other sports: injury. Dancers can get injured just as much as any other athlete can. Whether it's a hockey player getting a concussion or a soccer player getting sprains, dancers can get injured too. Dancers can get injured they can get a back injury from doing back layouts, or they can get shin splints from doing high kick routine. A few years back, one of my friends was performing her jazz routine full out, and the girl next to her kicked her thumb. This caused my friend a lot of pain, but my dance teacher told her to tough it out and just keep dancing. Later that day, my friend went to the doctors, and the doctor told her that her thumb was in fact broken. Now, any normal athlete might be taken out for the next 2 games, or maybe even the whole season, depends on the injury. But my friend was encouraged to just keep dancing and power through it, and that's exactly what she did. She performed at every single competition that year, and including the recital, and she did back walkovers on her broken thumb. That just proves how tough dancers can be. So the final question here is whether or not dance is a sport. I personally do think that dance is a sport, but anyone can have their own opinion. Thank you. was really good.
Let yours run through the walls.